Welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Today we're going to talk about understanding the definition of advice in the context of banking that makes it easier for customers to monitor transactions. In terms of language, advice means suggestion. However, depending on the context in which it is used and where it is placed, the term advice can have a variety of different meanings. Therefore, you need to understand exactly what this term means by finding out the context of its use first. One example is in the context of banking or finance. Advice can be interpreted as the notification letter or written document given by the bank to the customer. Through this document, customers can find out various important information related to payment receipts, services, and payments made to fund transfers. In addition, in the context of banking, this term is also able to provide information related to crediting, withdrawing, or transferring funds to debiting accounts. Because of its very important role, you must understand what advice is, its types, benefits, and examples in the context of banking. So, in order to be able to understand more about the meaning of advice and all the important things about it, consider the following explanation. What is meant by advice is a written notification letter given by the bank to its customers regarding receipt of payments, services or payments made, fund transfers, and so on. The notification letter provides information regarding crediting, withdrawals, account debits, or fund transfers or advice. In addition, advice can also be interpreted as a written letter from the bank to the customer. Through the written letter, the bank will notify information related to transactions that have occurred or were carried out in the customer's account. For example, through this written letter, the customer can find out if a fund transfer, payment, withdrawal, or settlement of other services has been made in his account. Advice is a type of written notification by the bank given to customers regarding transactions, payments, or withdrawals that occur in the customer's account. To make it easier to understand, consider some examples of the use of advice by banks as follows. First one, notify of funds transfer activity, then notify of receipt of payment on the account, notify the existence of debit or credit activity on the account, then notify of withdrawal activity on the account. Types of advice that is important to understand. After understanding what advice is and also some of the examples, we also need to understand the type of notification letter. In general, advice is divided into two types, namely debit advice and credit advice. The following is an explanation of the two types of advice. Debit advice. Debit is the process of reducing the balance in a bank account or bookkeeping record. In other words, it can be concluded that the purpose of debit advice is information or notification from the bank to its customers regarding a reduction in the balance in their account. This notification will be given if there is a withdrawal of funds, transfer of funds, or payment of administrative fees. Credit advice. On the other hand, credit in the context of banking is a transaction when the balance or funds in the customer's account is added or increased by means of cash deposits or transfers through other accounts. So it can be understood if credit advice is a notification from the bank to the customer regarding an increase in the amount of balance in his account. Examples are the delivery or transfer of salaries by the company, payment of funds from buyers, and so on. With increasingly sophisticated technological advances, this makes developments in the banking world also run in harmony. Currently, banking customers can transact and use various banking services more easily and practically through smartphones. Of course, this convenience also goes hand in hand with the ease of getting access from advice. In the, in the past, this file was provided by the bank through a letter sheet and sent to the customer. However, since the internet and the advancement of the digital world, advice can be sent via notification on smartphones. In other words, the notification letter can be directly obtained by the customer immediately after the debit or credit process that occurs in his account. Thank you.